So I think, dear friends, I could go on other specific issues, but I think it is best that we allow you to respond and ask questions. As I said last night, I will deal with the easier ones, and we have to test our friends Deng, Malik, and YB Azmin, who have just arrived, our Chief Whip, MP for Gombak, to deal with the more difficult questions. And I would then assess their answers, and from that basis, select those very qualified to become ministers in our administration. My problems, I do address some sense of humor, but knowing Utusan Malaysia representative happens to be here, I tell you they're going to quote that and just attack me on that. See, Anwar's dreaming. He wants to appoint somebody as a minister. It's a problem, Utusan. It's pathetic, to say the least. So I think let me end now with the kind permission of the chair. I'm inviting Azmin to come forward. Invite questions from the floor.
The sacking of yourself by the former Prime Minister is a positive decision now.
Whether the sacking was a positive decision, with all wisdom, I don't look back. You see, I want to move on. That is why the sacking is one thing, the assault is another. And when asked, the reply is standard. Why did, what caused death of Teo Beng Hock? You know, he was arrested, he was questioned, and the room was stuffy and very hot. So he opened the window and was sitting down on the window. He fell accidentally and he died. Okay. Then Kogan, what happened? You see, Kogan was very ill and he was coughing badly, and then he felt miserable and he died accidentally. What happened to Altantuya? You know, she was walking around and then she found this ball and she picked up and played around, and it was actually C4 and she died. What happened to Anwar, the black eye? You know, he was a bit upset thinking about Aziza, so he banged his head. That's the standard argument. This is structure. This is not justice, neither is it the rule of law. You have a Malay, you have a Chinese, you have Indian. That's not how we treat our citizens. It does not matter whether he was a former deputy prime minister or just an unemployed youth. Or even you suspect him of involved in some criminal activities. You cannot beat them up. You cannot allow this custodial death to continue by the thousands. So my answer would be, the sacking, but the reason, and the nasty, vicious, scurrilous attack on my character cannot be condoned. Now, they continue with impunity. I'm innocent. I have a family. I have Aziza, 6 children, 2 grandchildren. You don't treat any person and continue to do that and think that you can go on with impunity. You can conspire, you can use the courts, you can use the police, you can use the chambers, Aegis chambers. What? This is not the way you treat human beings. That's why I say, although in 2004, upon my release, I said, let us move on. No malice. I didn't say malice towards none, as Abraham Lincoln did say. But I said, no malice, move on. They say, what about Mahathir? Tak apalah. He is old and tired. Biarlah dia, But we move on. But he is so vicious, continued to attack. And most of it I ignore. Okay? But now they continue. So I have to make a stand. It's a question of honor, dignity. I'm innocent. Why prefer this charge? Why prefer this charge? There's no shred of evidence. Okay, somebody reported. Okay, fair. Investigate, yes. I did not complain the fact that I was investigated. But why must I be thrown to this high criminal lockup Kuala Lumpur and thrown to the floor with no basic amenities. Why? And then forced to strip naked. The second time. I mean, why? Just to denigrate, to insult, and just to say, look, you think you have support, this is how we deal with you, such a person, for your so-called courage. Or let's see whether you have the strength. That's why I say I don't have a choice. I have to continue. It's a question of dignity, honor. But more so, I am convinced that if you don't do anything now, Malaysians would suffer. You can call me pro-Jew or pro-Chinese, whatever. I'm a Malay, I'm a Muslim, I'm a Malaysian. I'm here, and I tell you at this age, this young age of 62, or I look 42. You know, I want to prove one basic point. If you ask me like last night, I say, what have I learned in the 6 years of solitary confinement? I understand what humility is all about. I understand what the passion for freedom, human rights is all about. And this transcends race or religion. And that's what I believe as a Muslim. Why talk about Islam? Why talk about Sharia courts? Why punish this young girl and cover up the crimes of the rich and the powerful? You make a mockery of your religion. Why cane 3 girls for adultery? With whom? Wood, paper, what? There's no money involved. The man is scot-free. I mean, this is a mockery. This is not what Islam is all about. Okay? So, my position here is that not look at the past, but continue. We have to do something more. We together have to do something more. Take a position. Make stand. Be counted in this struggle. It's not talking about just parti keadilan, ke DAP, ke PAS, one side, dengan UMNO, tak ada. It's not a matter of partisan battle, personal, because I dislike Najib ke Rosmah, or because they were conspiring against me. We have to save the country. We're talking about the judiciary. We're talking about the police. We're talking about the economy. We're talking about Malays, Chinese, Indians as one family with the Ibans and Kadazan in this country. We cannot afford otherwise. And this is our commitment. The machinations of these rogues must be exposed. You must understand the case, not only the Anwar case, the Perak case, the injustices perpetrated against our people. This is not something personal, right, you said. But you know these machinations of the rogues, why do we not state our stand? They say, well, in the case of Perak, the sole authority rests with the Sultan, 5-0 by the federal court. My case, when I challenged the decision of my dismissal, because the Agong did not give a prior consent, not informed and did not give a consent. Who told me? The Agong himself told me. Yes, the late Tuanku Jaafar and his wife went and visited me. The Queen and the King went and visited me and Aziza in Munich and told me, to Sri, I'm sorry, but I was not informed on the 2nd of September. I did not give my royal assent on the 2nd of September. Now, the Constitution, not the law, 43(5) says that the Agong must be informed and must give a royal assent in the event a person is appointed or sacked as a minister on the recommendation of the Prime Minister. So the decision is the Prime Minister. But to take effect, it has to be the Agong. Did I lose a case? Yes. In this case, in my case, the Prime Minister has the sole prerogative of power, according to the federal court. In the case of the Perak case, the King has the sole prerogative. Which federal court are you talking about? Same issue, 2 different interpretations, according to the wishes of the UMNO leaders. So now, in this case, no evidence, no witness. It does not matter. They probably have given instructions to convict. I am telling you, no way can I get a conviction. There's no case. I'm completely innocent. I'm going to fight it out in court, outside the court, in Malaysia, internationally. We'll fight them. No way will I go to jail.